Right, so this is just a quick test. I'm just trying to test out this screen recording stuff. I thought I'd do a quick breakdown for EU going into next week. So just finished April. This will be the first full trading week of May, and I'm just just cleaning my charts up. I've just reviewed my April data and last week's end of week review. So I'm just cleaning my charts going into the new month. So I thought I'd just break this down and yeah, see how we get on. So looking at the monthly time frame, we can see we have come back into this premium order block up here. We've taken buy side in this high here. Yep, taken this, and then we've seen this displacement lower visible on the lower time frames. And here we have now printed relative equal lows on the monthly time frame. So we've taken highs into premium order block, we've rebalanced this small fair value gap here. Also look at this as equal highs there. So taking that, shifted lower, and if we zoom in a bit closer rather, we have taken out this candle's high here. Now this candle's high is, give me one sec. Where is it? Hang on a minute. That's why. Not got a template for this one, so there. So we have, if I zoom in a little bit here, we have seen April trade up, take out March's high, close back below it. So the way I'd like to trade, or the way I look at the markets, is we've run out the previous month's high, we've closed back below. We can now anticipate price to potentially trade towards March's low. And March's low also lines up with the relative equal lows we've got here coming off the run on high time frame liquidity into this high time frame POI. So the way I look at it, things are pointing lower for the euro. We also have this monthly fair value gap down here, so we could see a discount rebalance following bearish order flow. As you see, we've got a leg here, correction back into premium, taking liquidity, shifted lower time frames, taking the previous month's high, now anticipated price to target this sell side here. So potential for price to trade lower on the higher time frames. Just make sure that doesn't show up anywhere else. Weekly, zoom in a bit on the weekly. We've already got a few annotations up because I don't want to delete everything. So yeah, bit more information on the weekly. You can see we've cleared March's high during April. Closed below, we've seen a swing high form on the weekly time frame. I identify swing high as 3 candles, 1, 2, 3, middle candle trading higher than the candle either side of it. So that's a swing high for me, indication of lower prices. Now, here on the weekly, we have traded lower into this weekly fair value gap, clearing what is lower time frame sell side in the form of M equal lows, so more visible on the daily, H4, etc. So I'm aware from here we could see price react higher. However, my higher time frame bias is bearish down towards this low and these lows, previous month's low. So yeah, did take this out did mitigate this week's fair value gap on Thursday, I believe, the week just gone. But then as we drop down into the intra time frames, you'll see why I still think we'll come lower into this. So previous month high cleared into OB, anticipating price to rebalance next. We have rebalanced, but we've also got a daily fair value gap refined within this, so we could continue lower still. And here we are on the daily time frame. So previous month's high, I've now removed the purple just because I don't want too many bright colours scattered on my charts. Previous month's high here, February, March, and March is just here, and then March is low down here, This orange circle highlights a stall just above this low here for me. Anyway, as we can see, last week's delivery, as we started out last week, we saw Monday's candle, which is this candle here, takes out Friday's high. Zoom in a bit, similar process to what's going on the monthly time frame, in my opinion. So Friday's candle here from 2 weeks ago, the 24th of April. Then we see Monday go up, clear it, tap into what I initially marked as this daily order block, and then trade back below it. So on Tuesday and Wednesday, I was bearish towards, at minimum, Friday's low. But if we look left, we've also got Thursday's low and this low here, which is the weekly fair value gap, all aligning as relative equal lows. So below that, I know is sell, or we know is sell side. So buy side taken into a premium of this leg here from this high to this low here. Mark it a bit better. Buy sell taken, not quite premium there actually, but if we use the bodies of the candles, I'm sure we will get a premium. Yeah, but regardless, order block here, buy side taken above Friday's high, bearish towards this. Now we have cleared now cleared the sell side into this weekly fair value gap, equal lows taken, and then we saw Thursday and Friday trade higher into this refined, so to speak, daily order block using the bodies of the candles. So looking at this from a liquidity point as well, we have now taken buy side into a premium of this whole range. We've got daily unmitigated fair value gap below, so I like to look at price as liquidity taken. If we've taken buy side, we usually take sell side or look to rebalance. Sell side is now below these lows, which is also previous week's low of the week, so we can know that there is stops below there. Anyone who's bought this on Thursday anticipating higher prices towards this high will have stops below there. So going into next week, I do think we will probably come down here, take out the sell stops and look to rebalance, and then from there we may see order flow continue in terms of this leg, may go higher from there, but again my high time frame bias is bearish towards these lows down here. So see what happens. Like I said, I think we'll probably trade a bit lower coming off of this run on liquidity into premium. Make sure that's not on every time frame, a bit more curve to it. So yeah, that's the daily. Drop down to the 4. Let's mark that up. And the 4. These can go now. These are from last week's. So yeah, clear manipulation on Friday, taking out one high, two highs into what we have over here as the daily order block. Buy side liquidity taken into daily order block, may see next week continue lower. Clear liquidity, clean liquidity run here. So like I said, potential to come lower towards the sell side and daily refined fair value gap, in my opinion, next week. Just gonna mark this up on my lower time frame, jump to the 1 hour. So from here, this is kind of where I'm at in terms of my outlook for next week. So I'm going to see how Asia, and that's from last week, see how Asia and Monday delivers after the weekend's gone. Some quite volatile conditions at the minute. Trump says one thing and it just goes crazy. So yeah, could continue higher from here. I'm not ignoring the fact that we may have seen a shift in order flow bullish and could continue higher. However, I know we have sell side here and imbalance to be rebalanced on the daily time frame. So H1 fair value gap here could continue. Could see a retrace into this. Where are we? So yeah, there's not much on the 15 for me as of right now. This is the previous week's candle. If we look at it on the daily, as you can see, last week on Friday we get this tool up. Consolidated, accumulated overnight during Asia, dropped down below midnight opening price, highlighted by this red line. Took liquidity, dropped into the fair value gap, shifted higher, liquidity created, liquidity taken, rebalance, touch of weekly opening price, expansion higher into the daily order block. And then following on from that, I believe there was some news in regards to, I can't remember exactly what it was. Let me have a quick check. The Forex factory is being slow. Trump increasing the tariffs on European Union for cars and trucks. So I think following on from that, we've seen this strength for the dollar. But to me, I don't really look at it like that. I look at it as liquidity. And what we've done on the high time frames, taking liquidity, next call of liquidity or opposing liquidity would be this sell side down there for me. So looking bearish next week. We'll see how we open. I like to normally see price. If I'm bearish, see price open. If I'm bearish, see price open. Trade above, take some liquidity out to the left, and then trade lower, distributing for the rest of the week into the close. And say this is your weekly opening price, this is your high, this is your low. That's kind of how I look at it on bearish days. Obviously reversed on bullish scenarios, so we'll see how we get on. I'm not in a rush. Very volatile conditions at the minute, but that is my outlook for the euro going into next week, first full trading week of May. So we'll see where this video goes. I might post it somewhere, I might just keep it to myself, but yeah, there we have it.